Hello, everybody. Welcome, friends. I hope you're ready to fight. So, today we are here with Josh, who is the human, the mind behind the EDM project Who Is Silus? That's been, at least for me, making a splash. I found out about uh, the whole project through Instagram. I found the videos very alluring. So, today we're chatting.
Yeah, happy to be here, honestly. Thanks for having me
Very
on.
happy to have you. Could we get a vibe check up on screen? How's everybody doing? What's up?
Yeah, vibe check. Doing pretty good. I've been in California for the past month. Got back today.
Oh, wow. A
Yeah,
time to be in California, certainly.
honestly, yeah. It was kind of caught the tail end there. Yeah, but doing pretty good. Flew back yesterday, and it has been a tumultuous journey to get home, I will say.
Any details you want to share? That doesn't sound like a fun
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So it was had the flight yesterday, and it was like 5 hour flight. 4 hours and 30 minutes of it was a great flight, and then the last 30 minutes, it was like, all right, we're about to land here in New York, and then all of a sudden, it was like the most insane turbulence I think I've ever experienced.
Ooh.
Like I get pretty motion sick as well, so it's not super fun for me.
Oh, you hate
Um,
that.
and then the human that was in one of the other seats was also fearing for his life. I mean, there was like probably like 100-foot drops that the plane was doing. It was like to the point where like there was a couple moments where like all of the plane was screaming at the same time, and I was just like no lies, and I was just breathing, trying to not uh, get sick during this.
Oh my God.
Uh,
Not to laugh at
and
your predicament, but sometimes that's all you can do.
No, it was crazy. It was crazy. And so the plan was get home last night, drive home, but I was like just gonna stay at a friend's house, drive back in the morning. So I get up today to drive back. My friend had had my car for the past month. I go to get my car from where they left it, and it had been towed, apparently. I'm like, okay, so I,
Oh
I go to
no.
the I go to the tow yard, and then they basically just need a bunch of documents to release it to me. So it ends up being a 5 hour ordeal trying to get my car back today.
Oh God.
Finally get the car back an hour away from home. And then I get pulled over an hour away from home for apparently driving too close to a tractor trailer. And yeah, got home about an hour ago, and now I'm here. So the vibe check is uh, getting better, getting better.
Well, we're very glad you made it.
Yeah, me too.
Brooke, how
Honestly,
about you?
yeah.
Yeah, wow. I don't know if I would have been here if I were you. To be honest, I'd be like, you know what? I give up. Today is
I know
over.
all I
I
had was a
canceled today.
mind-numbing day at work, and it's still a miracle that I'm here.
Yeah, so true. I've been sitting in this very spot pretty much all day working, and I get to continue to sit here doing this, which is not
Doing
work, but
mandatory fun time.
yeah. But change of scenery would be nice. But
My deepest
this is
apologies.
my last week of winter break, so I'll be back in
So
classes
you're
next
getting
week.
a change of scenery soon, but it's very familiar scenery.
Yeah, trading in one familiar scenery for another.
The struggle. But
I have to wear real pants there.
I
Mm,
know
that's a
that's really
shame,
sad.
honestly. Yeah.
But with all of that out of the way, I've got kind of an open-ended interview with you, Josh. Just tell us about yourself. Tell us about the project. Anything you would want the audience to know.
Yeah, most definitely. So, I've been playing music in some form or another for my whole life, and uh, previously to this project, pretty much until like COVID era, I was releasing music and touring under a different name. and then kind of saw, when everything kind of shut down, took it as an opportunity to just kind of get back into the studio and just refine my craft a little bit more. So yeah, the Who Is Silus project is, yeah, kind of just like the evolution of, it seems like, my life's work to some extent. And yeah, I actually like had all this music and was really just looking for you know for a way to get it out there. And the whole idea for the project just came to me one time when I was driving from New York to Asheville, North Carolina. So like a 10-hour drive, and I was on the interstate and was listening to a song that I had just made, and then everything for the project came to me, like the idea for the character and the name just kind of came out of the blue.
That's
So I
so
was driving
cool.
down the interstate, just voice notes, like a just like stream of consciousness into voice notes, driving down the interstate, trying to just like get this idea down. Um, yeah, and so it was all of last year pretty much until the first release was at the end of August. So it was, all of 2024 was pretty much just spent trying to get all the pieces together and finding
Well,
a
I
costume
remember
designer and
sort of just stumbling across one of the like Instagram ads before you had released any tracks, and I'm a bit of a metalhead, so and a lot of the bands I like do like the masked kind of gimmick, whatever. So as soon as I saw
yeah.
like, this sort of goat mask figure that you had going on, I was like very intrigued.
Yeah, it was yeah, I really don't know where it came from. I mean, I'm also definitely like grew up a metalhead, I would say, and a fan of, I mean, like horror is definitely a top genre. So there's a lot of inspiration that I was probably like subconsciously
We're
pulling
big horror
from.
fans here at the network.
Yeah, that's I got that idea. Yeah, so it was just a lot of work last year getting it together, and then just, really happy to just be able to share it finally. It's been years in the making to some form or another.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's excited to continue the project, got ideas for more videos, and I know it's like a heavily leaning on that aesthetic, and a lot of the people that have hit me up about it have kind of said a similar thing of just like, we saw the character and we were kind of intrigued.
Yeah, I think that's a great. I think that's a great way to draw people in, like from like at a first glance type thing. Because I wouldn't necessarily consider myself like an EDM person. Like there are definitely EDM songs that I like. Ghost Town has been a bop for me for the past couple weeks.
Awesome.
But just seeing something sort of out of the ordinary like that, I think really captures people, or at least that's what happened for me.
Yeah, for sure. No, I remember, I think I remember when you hit me up and it was like, yeah, it was pre anything, and I'd had a few people kind of be like, yeah, yo, like, what is this? And so that was cool to kind of have a little hype before anything even.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Just like
Yeah,
knowing
Bridget's a sucker.
I am a sucker for a mask.
Well, I was gonna say also for anything with lore behind it.
Yes. As soon as someone says there's a story, I start rubbing my grubby little hands together. I'm like, yes, tell me. As a person who is impatiently waiting on her Sleep Token graphic novel.
Oh, true. That'll be sick. Yeah, I love that. I love when artists do or bands do like graphic novels. Is so cool to me.
Yeah, just expanding it over as many kind of like mediums as possible.
Yeah, no, 100%. There was another EDM artist, Alice in Wonderland, did like a graphic novel as well. I
Ooh,
think
that's
like
cool.
last year or maybe the year before. Yeah, and it was always, maybe, I mean, who knows? Maybe there'll be a Silas graphic novel at some point. That'd be
That'd be
cool.
cool. I actually did want to ask, what about EDM would you say, like, what draws you to EDM over other genres? Like, what made you choose this particular genre for this project?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think for a lot of my life was just kind of playing more like indie type stuff. I mean, I grew up playing like drums, guitar, and a lot more like
Mm.
natural instrumentation. And then I got into like EDM and music production more, probably like at this point, probably like 12 years ago. Um, and I think for me, just when I'm composing something, it just feels like fairly boundless, like a fairly boundless genre. Um, and I can kind of just sit down and to some extent, like whatever comes out, and I don't have to necessarily think about, where does this fit as much. Um, yeah, so I mean, it was kind of was always drawn to like electronic music from that standpoint. It's just such a wide genre, and I
Mhm.
feel like when you say, I'm make EDM, it can really mean like such a wide variety of things.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
And if you can think of anything else you would like to share with the audience, now would be the time. Unless you want to dive into the more of our format type questions that I have planned for us.
Yeah, no, I'm hyped for the questions.
We
But
try to
yeah, I
keep
would
it fun
say,
here.
yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, I would say just a lot of new stuff in the works. I mean, on the topic of lore, I'm working with one of my friends who's a writer to like actually write a lot
Oh, that's
more
awesome.
like long form narrative backstory type stuff. So,
Well, I will be
in the
waiting
coming,
excitedly for that.
yeah, in the coming weeks and months, there'll be a lot more backstory and a lot more building out like the world and the character, alongside regular releases. So definitely have
Well,
a lot
hell
of
yeah.
ideas for expansion aside from just the music, which is the main thing. But
All right. Okay. So the first question that I have for us is something that I kind of technically or I heard this question being talked about on a like local like morning radio show where I live. Um but they were talking about what stats would you like to see at the end of your life? Like if you had like video game character statistics like almost. So like, number of times you've like looted something or whatever in Skyrim. I would want to know like how long my hair has grown over my entire lifetime.
I like
I feel like
that.
that'd be a cool stat.
I would like to know that too, honestly. That's one I wouldn't have thought of. Or yeah, how long your hair's grown.
How many
Yeah.
words I've written? Because I write
Yeah,
for fun
or
sometimes, so I feel like it's got to be at least up in the like hundreds of thousands by now.
maybe how many words I know would be a good one. How many words
Ooh.
I've learned, right? Because I it's a hard
How
thing
many
to
words you
to
know, and
figure out.
maybe in each language?
Hmm.
Like you've learned like 2 words of Russian, how many of Spanish, whatever.
Yes, yes. I'd like to see the full breakdown.
Brooks, how about you?
See, I feel like stuff like that would be interesting, stuff that you can't really calculate. But and this might just be the weird obsessive part of my brain, but like I really it's like the dumbest stuff. But like the number of steps I've taken with my left foot versus my right foot, and are they even close to even? Because
Ooh. Because what if every time you get up, you start with one foot and you don't really think about that? Hmm.
and it
Hmm.
bothers me. Like I don't know
See,
why,
now
but
I'm
it
bothered
bothers
by it
me.
too.
Yeah, that's a deep dive one for sure. I like that.
Number of times I've pet my cat.
It's
That
probably a
I don't
high
know that numbers
number.
go that high. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Infinity.
think you just run out of numbers at some point.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe more about it in terms of yeah, like hours spent doing something. I think maybe like
Oh,
hours
wait.
spent
Comment from our
researching
producer,
hobbies.
number of sneezes versus coughs.
Ooh, I think
I
that's a good
like that.
question. I'm probably
How
over on
many
sneezes.
Are you one of those people who like sneezes 10 times in a row?
I feel like it's normally like I'm usually four, which I feel like is a high usual number.
My dad is one of those people who sneezes like 10 times in a row. And this one time I was upstairs and I heard him do it like 2 or 3 times. And every time he got a bless you from my mom. But then after the fourth time, I just hear, enough, Joe.
Yeah, I think maybe that's one of the things where as you get older, you sneeze more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like my dad
I feel like
also
as you
is
get
like
older,
a
you
tin
definitely cough
sneezer.
more. Like you get like the old man cough.
That's true. I think the old man sneeze is a real thing as well, though.
That is also such a thing. You're so right.
But like coughing to clear your throat, does that counts, right? If you're
Yes?
just like,
Question mark?
Sort of.
I mean, I don't necessarily. Yeah, maybe.
It's the coughing, like
It's technically
the
a
physics
cough.
of it. Yeah.
I want to know how many times I have dreamt, like how many dreams I've had. Because I don't dream every single night, or I don't remember my dreams every single night.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You
Mhm.
probably do dream every night. You just don't remember them because I've read percentages on this somewhere before, like the percentage of your dreams that you actually remember and stuff.
Number of hours I've slept.
Oof, yeah, that might be a scary statistic.
Maybe a little bit higher than it should be, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have the thought, like a lot of the time, about I wonder how much time of my life that I've spent brushing my teeth.
Mm,
Because
A
if
couple
you're doing
days
it
at
at
this
least,
point, probably.
oh, more than that. Because if you're doing it twice a day for 2 minutes a day, like you're supposed to, right? That's 4 minutes a day. That adds up. That's 28 minutes a week. And then you just keep.
it compounds
It's
heavily.
like,
Yeah.
I think I did the math once and it was like years of your life just brushing your teeth.
Okay, wow.
These are the things that
Yeah.
I think about. This is not just something I'm pulling out right now. These are things that I've thought about previously.
Well, that's good. That means you have legitimate answers to these questions and you're not just pulling them out of your ass.
I just think about weird things, I guess.
I mean,
No,
don't we all?
maybe how long in the shower as well. How long have I spent in the shower? Because if we're
Ooh.
combining
Mhm.
that with brushing teeth, then I mean, this is a large percentage of life spent in the bathroom in some form or another between showers
Yeah.
and brushing teeth alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the percentage of time you just spent in a bathroom period in your life would be shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like years of
Especially
your
like if
life
you're a
just hanging
person
out in
who does
bathrooms.
if you're a person who does their makeup, that's usually a bathroom mirror
Yep.
activity. So like that's got a compound.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
I'm trying to think of other things I would want to see though.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
most of
some
mine just amount
ethereal
to more.
things. I do think how many hours, how many hours have I spent researching hobbies that I will only ever get slightly into? I feel like sometimes I'll like
Specific,
find
but
out
I
I
like
like
it.
something. Yeah, you'll find out you like
Yeah.
something, and then you're just like, I'm fully invested in this, and you like research it
Number
for
of
like a
vehicles
week.
driven. I like that. Another production note.
Yeah, probably not super high, I don't think.
Would be high if you could be high if you're a truck driver though.
That's true.
I feel like that would be hard to pinpoint. I mean, which is why it makes it sort of interesting. But like, I think of all my friends' cars that I've driven, family members' cars that I've driven, rental
Yeah, like
vehicles.
just that one time
Yeah, driven your car, Bridget.
that you have. I've never
That's
driven
true.
your car though.
You haven't.
Do
I
you
wonder
think
why you feel that way.
over under 50 cars driven?
At this point in my life, currently under 50.
Ah, vehicles, not just cars. Cars, boats,
Mm.
planes, bicycles, unicycles, power wheels, etc.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I've had
Yeah,
several
definitely
different bikes
over.
over the course of my lifetime because, I no longer fit a child-sized bike. So that's definitely going to bring the number up. I still don't know if we're quite over 50.
Do we count things like skateboards? and big wheels.
I had a razor.
Those aren't a thing anymore.
Would one
think
count
so.
that?
I think that
I
could
mean,
be
it's
counted.
technically a thing
Yeah.
that conveys you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go over
Then
50.
maybe.
Chris says he'll allow it.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is show god, so thank you, Chris.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number of movies watched in my total lifetime. I would love to know that. I would love to know number of books read, movies watched, albums listened to, because I already kind of I track these things a little bit for myself. Like I have like a letterboxed and things like that. So I want to know like the things that I've like forgot, like that I haven't put on my letterbox, like from before I started it. I want to know how many movies I've watched in my entire lifetime, because I watch a lot of movies.
Yeah, that's true. Or episodes watched as well.
Yes. Total number of songs listened to.
Oof. Yeah, that'd be
I would
huge.
like a Spotify Wrapped of my entire life, every single song I've ever heard.
Of like pre-Spotify times as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My after death Spotify Wrapped. I better get that.
I think also maybe how long spent inside versus outside.
Ooh.
That's what I was just about to say.
Was it?
Nice.
Like, what percentage of my life have I spent indoors versus outdoors? Because I feel like that might be a depressing statistic.
Oh, it totally would be.
Yeah, probably for me as well. Whoopsies.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of
All
like to know
I'm
how
sure
much time I spent shopping.
We probably could continue with this one forever. Would we like to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't necessarily a question, more of something I would just like to bring to the table. Oh, wait. As someone with a vitamin D deficiency, I can tell you the inside time will be much higher. Hold on, I'm gonna pop that up on the screen.
It's only a matter of how much higher.
Yeah. But this is something that I kind of just want to bring to a group of people. I think that microwaves should be timed so that the little rotating plate always ends in this, like, when you open it, it's always in the same position as when you start it. You ever like microwave something? Like you microwave your cup of coffee or whatever, and then you open the microwave and the handle is all the way on the other side, and it's just like one of those minor annoyances that bothers you, like in disproportionate amount. I think the microwave should be timed so that the mug handle would always be facing you when it's done. I don't know how you would achieve that. I just wanted to discuss thoughts, feelings. What does that bring up for everyone?
I feel like I'd probably have to add extra time until it rotated all the way back around, and depending on what you're heating, that might be problematic.
Yeah, see, this is where I run into trouble with it.
I think maybe maybe it could just be like the last rotation could be a quick rotation to get back to where it is, or like windshield wipers when like you turn it off and then they reset back to 0.
Yeah. I guess that's more along the lines of what I'm thinking of. It doesn't need to extend your time. It just needs to come back to you.
But what if you have like a full mug in there and it spills? You don't want it like light speed.
That's true. That's true. There's just all your microwaves just covered.
It could be like it could the timer could go off and the actual process of microwaving could cease, and then it could just back to like the start position, like a windshield wiper.
That's true. I mean, there maybe there is a market for this.
I don't know. That's a world I would like to live in. I'm all about eliminating those tiny little annoyances, if at all possible.
But, you got to look at it like from a positive stance where it's like, oh, it's a fun surprise. Will it be facing me? Will it not be facing me? Ooh.
That's true. Maybe you could take it as some sort of sign. Maybe we need to assign some sort of value to it.
See, this is what I need to
jeez.
figure out about my microwave. Figured out that
Wow,
it takes
okay.
10 seconds to do a full rotation. So I always that's smart.
I don't think I've ever done that math before.
Wait.
I'm probably not
Oh,
going
never
to,
mind.
but I'm going to tell myself that I'm going to. At least right now.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't care that much.
I shouldn't, and yet here we are.
At this point in my life, I don't have a microwave, so I don't know if I have the validity to weigh in on this. However, I would like it. I do like the idea of it stopping back where it started.
My old co-host's mom was like anti-microwave, and I didn't even know that was a thing you could be.
Oh yeah,
but apparently she was.
Cancer? I don't know.
I have absolutely no idea.
The
I don't even remember.
dangerous?
This was back when we started the podcast in like 2021 or whatever. It was like the second episode or something, and I was like, I didn't even know you could be anti-microwave. I'm learning so much.
2020.
Oh yeah, forgot it was that summer.
Mm-hmm.
Science, indeed.
Yeah, I don't. I'm definitely not anti-microwave. I kind of like wish I had one. One did not come in the apartment that I'm in now, but yeah, I'm definitely not anti-microwave. I don't think I could really fully explain how a microwave works, so I don't know if I can entirely be against it.
There's a lot of things in this world that I don't understand, and if I was to start like not using things based on whether or not I understand how they work, I would be in a lot of trouble.
Oh god.
You imagine that world in this world that are beyond me.
That's true. I don't think if we were running off that assumption, I know I probably would not be here now.
I think
I say we could be.
Yeah, I think I would have maybe 3 activities to choose from if that's the world that I have to live in. Yeah.
I don't like it. No, I'm still gonna go. It's good to have the surprise. I don't know why, but it's kind of fun because you just gotta, what's my strategy? How do I get the handle? That's what that movement is.
Kind of fun, but it's also a little bit annoying. Or like, I'm glad that you can think of it as kind of fun.
See, again, this is why we work. I'm the optimist and you're the pessimist.
Yeah, I think I'm right down the middle. I'm right down the middle there. I think maybe if you were having a bad day and you open the microwave and it just lines up perfectly, maybe that small gesture from the universe could be enough to say like, oh, I'm gonna have a good rest of the day now because the microwave lined it up.
That's kind of my stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you're having a bad day.
All right. So unless anybody has anything else to say about microwaves, which I'm open to it, we talk about whatever on here.
There's probably a lot to say, but I once again maybe don't know enough to say much more about microwaves.
Fair enough.
Microwave neutral.
Microwave neutral.
Probably
Boom, episode title.
Yeah, it's probably a sentence you never imagined saying that you don't really.
That's true. I love stumbling into those sentences where you're like, oh, you know what? No one has probably ever said this sentence before in the history of humankind.
It's always a good one.
Oh, can we add that to the list? It's not really a stat per se, but I want to know like the top 10.
How many new sentences have you come up with?
No,
how many brand new sentences that no one else has ever said?
Yeah. The most like weird out of context.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to see them too. I'd like to see them listed if we can get that as well.
Oh, one of the things they were saying on the radio show where I quote unquote stole this from was saying that like they want to hear like your top 10 like funniest things you've ever said. I would love to hear that again and like feel very proud of myself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever those moments happen to be. My cat is on my lap, and every time I like move my hand like over his ears, he's like, "What's going on?" But you're the one who decided to come up here and get in my way, so.
Well, you can sort of see Nick's behind me right there is her head.
Oh, hello.
True, yeah.
She's just got her
But
head
speaking
back
of
there.
cats, the last question I have written down for us is something that Brooks provided me with today. Would dogs or cats be better at running the world if they were capable of doing so?
What I like about this question is I feel like it's such a common thing to be like cats or dogs are better, you know, like which is better, and people argue about it, and it's like that's been done a lot, but like given the kinds of personalities and characteristics that dogs and cats have, is one or the other more suited for leadership? Like would one or the other make a better world if they could actually run stuff?
Here's the thing, I can think of major downsides to both because cats can be dicks. Not that dogs can't be. I am firmly both a cat and dog person. But like sometimes I feel like cats have a little more mischief to them.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think there's maybe a little more like nefarious.
This is a decent point. I feel like dogs need too much outside guidance to get anything done, whereas cats wouldn't care enough to want to run anything. Yeah.
Mm,
Would the
yeah.
cats
I
even
think
be
that's
bothered?
But I do think that's a point in the favor of cats is that they're more independent.
Mm.
You know, like they can get stuff done, whereas I don't know that a dog, if you put a dog in charge of something, they would just want approval. So they'd be like, whatever you want me to do. Like,
Yeah, although I feel
That's
there's so
true.
much. I don't necessarily know, like, but like a husky is a little more independent than a golden retriever. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the
Mm,
husky wants to do what the husky wants to do. The golden retriever is all about whatever's going to get me treats and head pats.
that's true. I guess what type of dog it is would make a difference because then you got like Australian cattle dogs.
Very
Mm.
independent.
That would be a very different vibe
Yeah,
if
that would be a very different world than a Shih Tzu.
Oh, yes, yes. I think we would all be getting herded constantly.
I mean, I'm not against it necessarily. Like at this point, let the dogs try.
Totally. Totally. I think the
Yeah.
dogs, there would be more transparency. I do feel like a dog run world would be pretty transparent. I don't think there'd be
I
like
feel like there
much
could be some
secrecy.
scheming in a cat run world. Like, I don't know. I look into
Wouldn't that be
my
more
cat's
interesting?
eyes and I know that the lights are on and no one is home, but that's not the case with every cat. I feel like like cats do more scheming than dogs in general.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that.
Yeah. I definitely think that cats would be more likely to run things in their favor, like to mold the world in a way that benefits the cats, whereas the dogs would run it in a way that is to benefit humans.
Yes. I feel like the dogs would be very
Yeah.
selfless.
Cats know they are meant to be worshipped.
And I mean, are they wrong? Who's to say?
They are absolutely not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. I
Everybody,
guess somewhat would make a difference if it's one, are we talking one like super government that's just like in control of the world is what we're saying, right?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then if everyone is somewhat on, yeah, if everyone is somewhat on the same side, then maybe cats would be because I feel like they're the independence and would maybe just be more of a fun surprising world to live in. Maybe honestly there's a some sort of equation between the microwave plate landing in the same spot as like the dog run world.
I feel like I'd let
no.
Nyx run the world. Yeah,
I
see,
don't know if that's a great idea.
if we think about our own, yeah, if we think about our own specific cats, I would not let Luna run the world because she's Luna. Nyx, though, she's very nice and she just wants everybody to have, a nice time. She wants to be friends with everybody, even if she's scared of them. But
I would
she's just
not
very.
let any of my pets run the world.
And I was going to say, but I would never let your cat run the world.
No, I would never.
I would start the revolution if he were running the world.
My pets don't have two
Strong.
brain cells between themselves to rub together.
No, her
It's
cat
not a
is.
cat, and they're both terminally stupid.
Yeah, her cat is.
An honorary orange boy.
I call him Gremlin because he is a little.
He's
gremlin.
a menace to society.
He
But he's
truly
my
is,
menace
yeah.
to society.
Yeah, we could just let the snakes take over, and then it'll be fine.
They wouldn't do
If we
much.
I don't think much would happen. Yeah, I think that so in that realm, it could be that would be a pretty chill experience. I think.
Yeah, if we combine our snakes together, our 3 snakes, and then they just ran the world, I think between the 3 of them, they might get to like a quarter brain cell.
Only a quarter, though.
Yeah.
Snakes
Which
are
honestly
dumb.
might be enough.
I don't know if you're a reptile person, but they are dumb as rocks.
They're real
That is
dumb.
not something that you learn until you get one.
Okay. What's the like the giveaway that snakes are dumb?
You just look at
From
them,
an owner.
and there's nothing going on upstairs.
Nothing
Like
happening there.
sometimes when I feed her, like the rat is here, her head is facing this way, and she goes. She totally misses. I've watched her almost throw herself out of the tank to try and get to food. Like feet from the ground.
It's really fun when they're like, "Oh, I'm going to slither straight up. Look at me. I'm so tall." And then they just
They collapse under their
Right
own
over.
weight. Try to
Yeah.
eat the mouse/rat sideways for like 30 minutes.
Okay. So yeah, seems like there's a bit of experience here
Deeply
leading to
dumb.
this statement. Yeah, no, I mean, I think snakes could be good. I think we'd be left to our own devices a lot with snakes. I don't think there'd be many pillars of society at that point. It's just snakes.
No.
no.
No, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think I'm going to have to go final answer cats, just because I'm going to agree with our production note that like dogs, I don't know if they would need too much outside guidance, and then wouldn't we just be back where we started with humans running the world? Maybe the cats wouldn't care all that much, but maybe they'd take initiative sometimes.
Yeah, I think I would go cats as well. Maybe from a selfish standpoint, I feel like, and at least most of the work that I do involves being inside. I feel like if dogs are running the world, there's probably going to be some sort of like outside mandate where you have to spend like 10 hours a day
Mandatory outdoor
outside.
time.
Yeah, and I just would not be able to get enough work done if I had to be outside for 12 hours a day. That's the one thing that
Yeah,
I would
nor
worry
would I.
about.
That's why I always tell people I'm an indoor cat.
You are an
It's
indoor
for my
cat.
attention.
I'm kind of an
Yeah.
indoor cat.
Make me go outside. Yeah, I mean, I go trail running. That's my outside time. Other than that, I'm fully indoors.
I'm more like a dog that likes the inside.
Hmm. Yeah, I
Like a
can see
lap
that.
dog. I like my outdoor time, but not too much.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I would just be a cat that likes the opposite side. I think I'd be a cat that likes outside.
Solid
I think I'd
answer.
be an adventurous cat.
An adventurous cat. So, Brooks, you're going to go with cats for running the world as well, then, I take it?
Yeah, I mean, if we could specify a particular breed of dog, like the smarter dogs, then dogs would be better. But if we're looking at like dogs as a whole versus cats as a whole, I think it has to be cats.
And I mean, that could be a future discussion. What breed of dog would you want running the world? But that's for a different episode.
What breed of dog would you vote for president?
There we go. Boom, we'll save that. Josh, you can come back for that one.
Perfect. Yeah, I've already got ideas.
Fantastic. All right. So what we like to do for our concluding segment here on the podcast is something that we like to call the weekly worsening, which is it's how are you more authentically yourself in a way that maybe makes you a little bit harder to deal with for everyone around you.
Mhm.
We will go first and provide some examples, but we have a little meditation that we like to play so you can reflect on how you are worse during this time.
Okay,
Chris,
I like this.
if you could begin the
You
meditation.
are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
Listen, cue ball, you're only making it worse.
Thanks, that even makes it worse.
It's worse than you know.
It usually is.
I think that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
That's the worst goodbye I've ever heard. And you stole it from a movie.
How marvelous.
Shout out to one of our other network members, Nick, for that audio. But Brooks, what do you got for me, bestie? How are you worse this week?
Man, we tend to just follow similar themes a lot, but I received a shipment in the mail yesterday from Funko where
Woohoo!
my Smart Denji and Smart Power from Chainsaw Man, Operation Super Smart is the official.
Incredible.
I'm really excited about it.
Nice.
Funko Army grows. Because, like, those are the ones I wanted. And then they're like, oh, yeah, $65 or more free shipping. I'm like, well,
I mean, come on.
I had to get more. Yeah. So I had to get, like, Pochita.
Nice. Okay. It's a great one.
I've got a couple others. I got, like, a Shaun of the Dead one and
Very nice.
but I got this one I got Willow, and it's a bobblehead, and I didn't know it was a bobblehead.
Ooh, fun.
And man, was I stoked when I opened the box and saw his head bobbling. I was like, oh my God. Because I'm going to see him, Warwick Davis, at Comic-Con this year. Maybe I'll get him to sign his own face. That'd be fun.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be like probably a unique experience for them. So I would say go for it. Yeah.
Although no, I've already said I'm going to take my VHS of the movie for him to sign. So
Very exciting.
Probably from the 90s, even though the movie was from the late 80s. But so, yeah, I'm really excited. I had to buy some like clear acrylic shelves that I'm going to hang up to start like organizing my Funkos and basically just have a wall full of them. It's kind of hard to see from here. I think I'm going to move it. I put one of them up the other day, and there's Eevee and 5 Evolutions Funkos on that you can't see very well.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You can sort of see the Sylveon. There's
yeah,
Pink.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 6 of them on there. I was trying to see how many would fit on one. I'm like, you know what? I don't like the shelf there, so I'm going to figure something else out. But the army grows, and it grows, and it grows. We're nearing the end of me bringing this up every week for the worst.
It's about JoJo again.
It's the final season. I've made it to the final season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And your grasp on reality is tenuous at this point, I'm guessing.
I would believe that.
I don't even know if I can form complete sentences about this show anymore. Like, I don't understand. What?
This has been happening for weeks.
Okay, you've just been like going through it.
Yeah, because I tried to watch the show a few times and never made it more than a few episodes before I got just so like, what the hell is this, that I would give up. But I'm seeing it through this time, and I'm into season 5. Finally, it's the last one, and I feel like in some ways it got more normal and less normal as time has gone on, or as the episodes have gone on. But like, as I'm sitting there watching yesterday, and a tiny little bird pops out of someone's pocket and lifts off its own head, and tiny human arms come out and grab a cracker, I thought, why? What is existence? Why is this happening? Who sat there and they were like, yes, a bird with tiny human arms coming out of it. Like, not out of like where arms come out of the head hole where it took off its own head. And there is no reason for that. There is no reason. for this show to exist, and there was no reason for it to continually chip away at my sanity.
I'm so proud of you.
But
You're almost
yes,
there.
I'm into the last season. I'm so close, and I don't know that by the time I finish, I am still going to be a functioning human being, because the number of times I am watching that show and something happens and I just say something along the lines of, "Oh, fuck off." Like,
yeah, I can picture it.
It's very complex. It's a very complex relationship where I both love and absolutely hate the show at the same time, and I'm in it now. I can't stop now. Although I am also rewatching, there's only one season of Hell's Paradise as well, because they finally announced season 2 that's coming out a year from now. It's been 3 years since the first season.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So it'll be 4 years between seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm rewatching that because that's a really good one. It's only 13 episodes.
Well, there you go.
I love those. I love like an easy, like single season, 2-season watch. Like sometimes it's hard for me to get into series when I know that I have like 2 months of my life watching this ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so Josh, was that a good enough example? Unless Brooks, you have anything else?
No, don't even let me know.
Was that a good enough example for you? Has that sparked anything for you? Or I can also do my worsening.
Yeah, hit me with your worsening. I'll come in last to close it out.
Okay. I said this last week, but girl, help! I cannot stop playing Skyrim.
I'm pretty sure this is the 3rd week in a row you said that.
This probably is the 3rd week in a row that I've talked about the fact that this game, once again, once or twice a year this happens to me, where this game just grabs me by the throat, and the only thing I want to do is play Skyrim, and oh my god, I'm playing survival mode now. There's new DLC, so I've also revived my file that I've been playing since like high school or whatever, and I'm doing stuff with that now too. The fact that we have a show happening on our stream right now, and I can't just play Skyrim for the stream, is driving me slightly insane. Even though I really like the show that we're talking about on our Thursday night stream.
I was gonna say they're related because
they're so related. I think the fact that we're watching a Viking show has like that tripped it in my brain in the first place and got me back into it, and now it's just like compounding because I'll watch the show for the stream and be like, oh man, I want to play Skyrim, and then I'll play more Skyrim, and then I have to watch more episodes, which makes you want to play it more. It's just it's a vicious cycle. So that's one of the main ways that I'm worse, and the other way that I'm worse is just this has also already happened, but a fucking Reanimator continues to have me in an absolute chokehold. Girl, help! I'm writing fan fiction.
He's always nearby.
I love that.
Always with
Fantastic. I have my little plushie keychain back there on my shelf. I'm not going to get up and grab it because I don't want to disturb the boy, but I've seen this movie like 6 times now, and I'm still. I bought a shirt today. I bought it because it's the 40th anniversary of Reanimator this year. I bought this awesome fucking t-shirt that's like all a bunch of different like scenes from the movie cut together, and it fucking glows in the dark. I'm so excited about it, but
that sounds sick.
This movie, I can't. I don't understand how this happened because like. We watched it that one time for the stream, which was like 2 years ago now, and I really liked it. But then I watched it again, and something just snapped in my head and was like, "This is your comfort movie now." And I was like, "Okay."
I was about to ask. Yeah, so you said that's a comfort movie for you now at this point, then?
Yeah, it just came out of absolutely nowhere, and now it just like has rotted my brain to a degree that I did not see coming whatsoever. So. Predictably, for anybody who's been following the podcast for a little while, that's how I'm worse this week.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, what do you got for us? Finish strong.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, I think it's somewhat you sparked something that's somewhat related to that in terms of watching the same movie 8 times. I think I maybe worse, definitely no better at not just watching the same one series or same one movie on repeat when I know there's like 4 or 5 other things I'm trying to watch, a couple of things that I'm trying to play. Um, but specifically, I guess Baldur's Gate 3, as well as
She's a
zombies
fan.
with the homies. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just getting into it, and somehow I feel, and maybe I think probably gotten worse about it in the past couple weeks since I've been on vacation, of just sitting down to say, all right, I'm gonna play this game, or I'm going to like watch a movie someone recommended or watch a show someone recommended, which I'm terrible about most of the time. I'm consistently getting worse at watching things that other people recommend to me. And end up just watching the same series, which at this point is like Psych, which is like, I don't know if you know Psych, the TV series.
She is also a Psych fan.
Okay, yeah,
I
huge.
watched every episode as it aired.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I feel like I like found out about it when it was in the last few seasons, and then same with like Breaking Bad. Like I feel like I found out about it when it was like the last couple seasons, and then I was watching it as it came out. Um, yeah, so I think definitely worse about watching anything other than comfort shows or playing anything other than comfort games. Feel like the world is passing me by and I'm watching the same 3 things.
Definitely a
Yeah.
good worsening.
It's like I'll sit down to play video games and I'm looking through my Steam library and I'm like, oh, I haven't played this one in a while or that one in a while, and then I'm like, you know what? Power Wash Simulator again. That's what I'm gonna do because there's something
Okay.
so soothing. Like you don't have to think or strategize. I just listen to a podcast and power wash something stupid.
See, I think that
And
That
maybe
does
is
sound really comforting.
a form of meditation that I'm missing out on. I like finding like little accidental meditations in life. Like I think
Mhm.
like like taking a walk, or even like my one of my favorite accidental meditations is just taking a shower. I think is like to bring it full circle to how many hours we spent showering. But yeah, I think maybe Power Wash Simulator is a form of meditation I need to work into my daily routine, semi-daily maybe.
She's got
Yeah.
another one.
I mean, yeah, it's referred to as a Zen game. Like that's supposed to be the whole idea behind it, actually. And I thought
Oh,
when I
wow.
first saw it
Hmm.
that it was going to be like, I was like, that's so ridiculous. Why would anyone want to power wash like virtually? That seems so boring and stupid. And I was like, oh wait, it's on sale. Let me try it. And so I did, and now I do it like literally every single day. It's just a matter of how many hours. And I
Amazing.
finished the game like 2 weeks ago, but I bought all the DLC, so I've been working my way through that. I'm currently on the Tomb Raider DLC, so I'm cleaning things for Lara Croft.
Wow,
I love it.
that's a wild crossover.
Oh yeah, there's like Shrek DLC and Alice in Wonderland and SpongeBob, Warhammer,
Okay.
Delightful.
a few others. Yeah, I can't remember. There's like 8 different ones.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I feel like seeing people power wash things like just in real life, which I feel like is not like a common occurrence, but that also looks pretty like all around, I guess, power washing,
Mm.
whether virtually or in real life, seems like a pretty zen experience.
As a person who has power washed some things for work, it is really satisfying to just watch the grime disappear.
Mhm.
I feel like there was like for a while on my feed, I kept getting recommended videos from, and you probably have seen them, from someone who just like goes and cleans up people's yards for free.
Yes, that or like
And
the rug washing videos.
yeah, that's one where I'll be like, I have to put this phone down and do something else. This is insane. I've been watching this, watching this man, like, I don't know, just like clean up people's yards for like 45 minutes now. Like, this is a problem.
Yeah, that's why at least when I'm power washing, I listen to podcasts because I'm like, oh yes, I'm also like learning
something.
Or, experiencing something other than just fake power washing.
I dig it. All right, well, as we bring this to a close, Josh, do you want to throw any promos up for anybody? We've got things in the end credits, but just to make sure we cover all our bases.
Yeah, most definitely. Rolling out another first single of this year on the 31st.
Hell yeah. Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, that'll be official announcement for that soon. And otherwise, yeah, just connect with me. I'm Who Is Silus on all platforms, and just keep an eye out. Got a lot in the works between the lore videos and the next music video and the EP for the spring. So a lot of things on the horizon. So definitely follow me and hit me up. I'd love to chat with anyone.
All right. Well, as always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we will be back again next week. Adios. We'll see you then.
Thanks so much for having me.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly and Dr. Sarah Brooks, featuring special guest Who Is Silus. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your other favorite listening platform. You can find Who Is Silus on Spotify, Instagram, and Threads. Catch us live on Twitch every Wednesday and Thursday, and for ad-free live broadcasts of the show, you can subscribe to our Twitch channels or consider donating to our Patreon for ad-free access to our entire library of past episodes and streams, as well as fun bonus content. Fighting with Friends is a member of the Big Dumb Monsters podcast network. Check out the links in the description for more episodes from us and from all of the shows on the network. Thanks for listening!